Hey there, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we're going to cover how the moon is going to affect you. That one too. How the moon's going to affect you from the next 2 weeks. So that's July 6th through the 12th, and then again, July 13th through the 19th. I will timestamp for that. So interesting. Okay, so if you have Scorpio strong in your chart, be sure to check out the Scorpio reading. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, we came off of this eclipse energy. And I'm going to actually kind of cover that next week in the videos. What do we do now? What's next for us? So, but this week, I'd like to invite you to leave me a comment or an emoji, because then I have your name and I can put you in the drawing for when I do the mid Leo reading at the beginning of August, so that you can get a card pulled for you, special personal message from Spirit. You have such interesting energy. Let's get to it. You have the Eight of Cups. I love this Eight of Cups because she's walking toward the sunrise. She is choosing herself. She is choosing what she wants out of life. And what's interesting is she is orchestrating her world. We got the Queen of Wands. That's you. And we have the Two of Cups. And they don't feel like you're walking away from a Two of Cups. I feel like you're walking toward a Two of Cups. You may not know it. It may feel like you're walking away from a Two of Cups situation to get there. But I feel like this is the promise in the future. Because what she's leaving behind is one cup, not two. And in the future, there's two. And it looks like sunset going on. So, walking into the sunrise, and as you take this journey, you are going to end up with this. And you're going to manifest it for yourself. Now, not this week. This week, I think you start the journey. This week, I think you walk away, because this was the first card that came out. But I feel like you are bringing this into yourself, because this was the second card. The one that wasn't sure if it wanted to come out was this card, and this card is about you orchestrating your life. And I think the reason it was hesitating to come out is because you manifest, you create, you control your life. However, right now, you can't control divine timing. Everything's shifting and changing. You can't do that. You can ask for what you want. You can ask for the help. In fact, you have to ask for the help. Ask for the divine to come and help you to create what it is that you want. Don't try to do this alone, although walking away is your choice and you decide that you're going to choose yourself and you're going to walk toward your destiny. But ask for the guidance, for the road signs, and to get into the synchronicity and the flow on the way. But right now, how it happens, when it happens, that's out of all of our hands. There's too much going on that we cannot control with what. It's like all the pieces are getting into place, and we kind of just got to wait until it all falls that way. So, Monday, the moon moves into Aquarius. For you, this is your third house of communication. I feel like this is communication with yourself, though. Take a moment to do a little self-reflecting. Head above the emotional waters. Really looking at yourself. What is it you want? What is going to bring in the joy and the pleasure? So that you know how to pick you, right? And ask for what you want. You have change and transition. I don't want to say you're walking away, but change and transition. Archangel Azrael. If you're looking for someone for guidance along the way, talk to Archangel Raziel. He showed up here. I'm sorry, okay, A-Z-R-A-E-L, Azrael. There is a Raziel. This is not it. This is Azrael. Okay, so ask for the help and the guidance on this part, this leg of the journey as you get started, as you choose yourself and choose what's important to you and choose the life you want to create for yourself. I've been doing a lot of videos and I'm not sure I covered all this. So if I'm repeating myself, I'm so sorry. But we've got some really tense energy this week with Mars in Aries. It's in a square with Mercury in Cancer. Mercury is about to go direct on the 12th, which would be Sunday. On the 11th, we've got Chiron in Aries that is going to go retrograde. And so all the energies of the stuff and the issues that have been stirred up over the last 8 weeks or so while we've been going through eclipse season are going to be up for review by Chiron, but it's an opportunity to heal them because Mercury is moving forward. But this communication, this road rage energy exists. People will word vomit. It's great if you're timid and you're afraid to speak up for yourself. This is your time. You are well supported. But I think that a lot of people are just going to be flying off the end of the handle because there has been a lot of tension. And that eclipse released a lot of it. But it's still, the pot stirring is going on. And we've got this tension between all the planets up there in Capricorn with the sun and Mercury, and then Mars, because we either have oppositions or squares or all tough energy. Walk away from what doesn't serve you. Look for the balance in your life by seeking out the beauty in the moment. Be present to where you are. Look for things with a different eye, a different perspective. Find the joy and the beauty. Things are not happening to you, they're happening for you. And what you release, what you cut out of your life, you are resilient. You are allowing space for new growth, for new opportunities. Now, this Two of Cups here, this is a new opportunity. It could be romantic or it could be a business opportunity. I don't want you to box yourself into what you think that's about because we have this energy happening in well, it's your 3rd, 4th, and 5th house, so you know, could be personal. Okay. So when the moon is into Pisces on Wednesday, it's there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Oh, Mercury is going to square off on a Wednesday, so that's when it's really tense. Okay. You have dreaming. You have contentment. And so this is about what do you want in the future and being happy where you are right now. Ask for what you want. Be specific. By specific, I don't mean I want a guy that's 6 foot tall with brown hair and blue eyes or whatever, right? That's not what you're doing. I want a relationship that is supportive and loving and it's balanced and it lasts. It's willing to. The relationship manages the ups and the downs, the hard times and the good times, and we end up being best friends no matter what. That's the kind of be specific you should be looking for, right? And then there's a second stage to this because these two feel, so this feels like the one thing you're doing, and then it feels like you have this be spontaneous and re-energize. And so I want to say go find something fun to do for yourself that, you know, you're a fire sign and something comes up and safely go do something that's fun, right? Don't expose yourself, but what would be fun for you that you could just, you know, so maybe you need to get in the car and go for a nice long drive to someplace you've never been before and kind of wander around, you know, someplace, but not with a lot of people, right? Because we're still socially distancing. Okay, so do something that, you know, feeds the soul. I just heard feeds the soul. Okay, so on Saturday, that's when the moon gets into Aries, as though we didn't already have a lot going on emotionally. Now we got the moon there hanging out with Mars stirring the pot. So, you know, look for the wisdom in the things that have happened. Look for the wisdom in the lessons that you've learned, and use your wisdom also to protect yourself, because you have the monkey, the trick. Listen to yourself here, because things may not be as they appear. Don't just hear, listen, don't just look, see, don't just sense, feel. Be prepared to lose if you take this risk, yet you are an incisive problem solver and you could see through the deception. And I don't mean this risk of walking away. This feels more like the risk of, this feels like a communication risk. We're in your third house of communication? Yes? No? Maybe so? No, this is fun and romance. Okay. I still feel like, though, it's about communication. So, you know, be spontaneous, have some fun, be safe. Okay, so don't take any unnecessary risks. If everybody wants to go to the bar and listen to the band, I know that sounds interesting and fun, but are people going to be wearing masks? I don't know, but maybe you should. You know, be responsible. And then we have the way. Your luck is always changing, following the natural cycles of the rise and the ebb. Walk the middle path and avoid the extremes and excess, and you will be in the right place. Abandon false praise, and people around you will be truthful. Abolish formality, and those around you will be sincere. Forsake cleverness, and people will be kind to each other. In other words, be authentic. So when I say the trick here, I think that, are you being your authentic self so that you are attracting in that like energy of other people that are being authentically themselves? And just because you are being authentically yourself, don't assume that everybody else is being authentically themselves either. You have the trickster energy, and that's a cautionary, you know, for this week, especially with all these randomly difficult energies going on. Also, Pluto is hiding behind Jupiter. They're in conjunction. If you look out in the night sky, you can see that. You can see Jupiter, but you can't see Pluto, which you would have to have a microscope anyway. But I mean, a telescope. But even if you had the telescope, you still wouldn't be able to see it because Jupiter's in the way. He's like lurking in the background, hiding, got a little sneaky stuff going on. So things might be coming to light. They may have come to light with this eclipse energy, you know, the full moon eclipse. But at the same time, there's other stuff that we don't know yet. And this could be either in the large scale world or in your personal small world. So just be aware of that. Pay attention to that. And, you know, you will be fine. Okay, so let's move on to week 2, which is July 13th through the 19th. And this is where I really want to talk to you about gratitude. Like starting your gratitude list, like taking time every day to write down what it is that you're grateful for. And I really want to encourage writing down, but if not, at least say things out loud. When you write down, it's a really great way to channel your higher self and to get information regarding how you feel about things, about what's of value to you. It's a really great way for you to figure out, you know, just exactly what it is you're trying to orchestrate in your life and what it is that you need to walk away from. And so using that energy of channeling your higher self. You have lead as a powerful, peaceful warrior. Leadership. And a powerful, peaceful warrior would walk away from things that do not work for them. Right? So you're going to be protected through this process as you release from your life the things that need to go. So the moon is in Taurus. And for you, Taurus is your 8th house of it's your 6th house. Your 6th house of work-life balance. And so maybe around work you need to be a little more assertive. Okay, so all right. Okay, so you have the peaceful warrior. I wanted more, and we got the dove. So definitely watching out for the verbiage that people are using, for the way that people are speaking. This energy of Mars squaring off with Mercury is going to be tense, but you also have the rat. Be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. So speaking your truth, leading with authenticity of who you really are, what it is you really believe in, not backing down, but finding a way to negotiate through it, to speak to people in a way that they'll be willing to listen, to be willing to give a little, to compromise where you need to. You are a mutable, changeable sign. You are capable of that. So there is an area of your life where you really need to push through the resistance and surrender to the will of the divine. It feels like divine timing kind of at play here, because it's around relationships, because this is when the moon is in Gemini. That is your 7th house of partnerships. Could be work partnership, could be personal. This is Thursday and Friday energy. So it really feels more like work than anything. So we have Starling. Now is the time to get out into the world and connect in an authentic way. And the time is right to access and master your abilities, do with humility and control. I really feel like you're going to need to stand up for yourself at work. Is there a project going on? Is there, an expectation of you? Have you done something that someone else is trying to take responsibility for? And you're like, no, that was actually my good project there. Don't give away your power. That trickster energy could be somebody trying to undermine you at work, so watch out for that. Feels very work-oriented, to be honest. But if it's in partnership with a personal partnership, being authentically you. Feels like work. It says get out in the world and connect in authentic ways. Master your abilities with humility and control. It feels like work. Queen of Wands always makes me think of work too. So it says love where you are. Use your sensitivity to know when to act and to connect your heart to your head when determining what you would like. So the way that I think you master this week coming up, the 13th through the 19th, is going to be by being very much centered and in control of yourself, and the words you use communicate with authority and authenticity, but in a way that people are willing to listen to. Mercury will be direct. That'll be helpful. But I feel like, in order to maintain peace as you prepare for the next week, where we get the new moon again in Cancer, and the sun is going to move into your fellow sun sign there. Fellow fire sign of Leo. There's an energy shift happening, and so be willing to walk away from conflict, trying to find the peace and the harmony, leading, not bossing this week. So if this is just this week energy, that's what that feels like. So I feel like you're really being encouraged to stay centered and in control of yourself and your emotions, and be authentically who you are, and lead using the heart in connection with the head, and bring people along, not force them to do whatever. And watch out for the tricksters. All right, I will see you back here next week. We'll talk about the eclipse energy and what that means moving forward. You guys take care, and we'll talk soon.